Banned from his own group. What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction. You can sign up for my newsletter below and get a free science fiction novel, a free novella, and a free graphic novel. Best deal on the internet. And being on my newsletter means I can update you without any big tech interference or anything like that. This is a very interesting one to me. I see the post is kind of making the rounds that Larry Correia was banned from his own Facebook group after a couple of years. I'm kind of laughing about this. I'm not going to lie, because Larry Correia actually ordered that I would be banned from his Facebook group a couple years ago for my quote wrong think or wrong meaning, as it were. This always happens with the libertarian crowd. There's this stone toss comic book or comic strip that's going around. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Maybe I can't. But it has a giant wheel that's crushing people is what it comes down to. And it says, censorship has gone too far. And of course, it's the person right before the wheel that is complaining about it. And the people in front of him don't pay any attention to it. That's exactly what happened, of course, with this whole libertarian corporate establishment that is in book publishing. They were trying to appeal to the establishment, saying, we're principled conservatives and you should pay attention to us or whatever, and tried to ostracize folk like me and folk like Vox Day because they viewed us as edgy and not credible. It's the same. It's the Mitch McConnells of science fiction, let's call it, versus us who are the Donald Trump styles of science fiction. You never win by acquiescing to these people. You never win by acquiescing to corporations. You only end up purging your own rights by proxy, because as soon as you give the corporations an inch in saying that, yes, there is speech that needs to be censored. Yes, there are people that need to be purged. Yes, there are people that are over the line or whatnot. It's just not me. You are giving them the power to say that that's the case. So what goes around kind of comes around in this instance. I'm finding it very ironic that, again, 2 years ago I was purged from this group because they were scared of quote my wrong think, and yet Facebook has actually taken the step to say that his wrong think is worse than mine, because I've not been banned from groups, I've not been removed from Facebook or anything like that. So a pretty funny thing for, again, banning his complaint here. If you actually read down to it, I'm being banned from my own group because of what I might say incorrect, and I was banned from Larry's group for what I might say. The irony is not going to show up here. They're not going to pay attention to this. I've been, of course, ostracized by the Baen Books crowd, because Baen Books is attempting at the end of the day to get back with the establishment. If you look, their editor-in-chief, Tony Weiskopf, is the guest of honor at Worldcon this year. And that's really funny, considering, just a few short years ago, Worldcon shunned these people, called them awful things. They signaled that they hate these people. They hate Larry. They hate Tony. They hate anything associated with Baen, but Baen really wants to just stay within that sweet establishment spot where they're kind of outsiders because they're not using pronouns, I guess, but they are kind of opposed to the people who are actually trying to change the culture and change the way that the book industry is going in general. It's a really weird spot to take. If Worldcon invited me as a guest of honor, I would go up on my blog or on a video, and I would mock them soundly, and I would say that they're out of their freaking minds. So is what it is. But that is where we're at today. And, this is just a warning sign towards people. They're going to come for you. You are not safe just because you think you are, quote, more, what do you want to call it? More respectable than the next person who's getting destroyed by the corporate censorship, the next person who's getting canceled by cancel culture. You should not be firing on people on your side if you disagree, with something that they're saying or whatnot. Disagree. It's not a big deal. because there's a much broader battle to fight at this point, and we are fighting against pure evil. It just makes me sad at the end of the day that we could have had a nice movement in science fiction where we all could have really been together, but they split us, and we're not as strong apart as we would have been together. I can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to mock it because that's about all the power I have at this point within any sort of establishment culture. I will make a video about sort of my first interaction with Baen Books and kind of the real reason why the Baen corporate is opposed to me at some point. It definitely stems from the corporate and goes down to the authors rather than the other way around. Very sad. Oh well. So Facebook, proving itself to be a more and more useless platform. What's interesting is I would say that I still am able to get revenue off of Facebook, but we'll see how that's changing in the coming landscape these days. Obviously, they are purging more and more people, and they're purging more and more of their features that make the site useless. So he's right. It is a useless site, and good on him for moving off of Facebook at the end of the day. I just can't help but laugh at it because of the sort of milquetoast attitudes that people take towards censorship when it isn't actually happening to them, but it's happening to somebody else. All right, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and hit that like and subscribe button. See ya.